I'm Sarah. I joined Not Just Travel November 2017 from a corporate background, and I always wanted my own travel business because I love traveling. So yeah, I've reflected back on some of my favorite trips that I've booked for people, and going to share them with you. Mark and Rachel's wedding. I met this couple at a wedding fair, and they wanted a Mamma Mia style wedding. So we sent them to Zante, Cameo Island, a beautiful little private island off the coast of Zante. And it's got this rustic bridge that goes out across the clear blue water out to the island. And so that was the Mamma Mia wedding. And when we booked it, I asked them if they had any questions, and Rachel just wanted to know if she could jump off the bridge in her wedding dress. And then what we did for them as well was we sent all their friends and family and looked after the entire wedding party. And we booked their honeymoon. So they did a Vegas, Los Angeles twin center trip with a helicopter trip into the Grand Canyon. They came down into the base and had a picnic. Then they drove up to Los Angeles, went to Disney, did a magic road trip between the two. Absolutely loved it. But the best bit for this was about the relationships that we make with our customers, because they actually invited my partner and I to their evening wedding reception for the UK celebration, because not all of their friends and families can go. Taking fourth spot, I think probably has got to be a 50th birthday weekend in New York for Kerry and Rich. So this customer was so excited. She actually did a 2-week countdown on Facebook of her trip with iconic New York photos every day for 2 weeks on Facebook. So I think by the time she went, all of her friends were pretty excited about where she was going as well. And we were able there to help her celebrate her 50th with lots of little added extras, let the hotel know, and gave them lots of recommendations on things to do, places to go, places to eat. And they came home and just absolutely raved about it. Number 3, and this one was probably jostling for top spot as well, was a 6-week trip around the South Pacific for Paul and Karen. Again, these customers were pretty clear on what they wanted, but we managed to chuck a few surprises in there. So started off with a few nights in Singapore with a city tour, taking in Marina Bay Sands hotel, the one you'd have seen on the telly, with the 3 towers and what looks like a boat on the top, the Singapore Botanical Gardens at night, just absolutely stunning. They then did a self-drive tour in New Zealand, including some cruises, trips to glaciers, local Maori cultural experiences. They visited Hobbiton, where Lord of the Rings was filmed. They were there for about 4 weeks before heading off to Fiji, Cook Islands, stopped in at Los Angeles on the way home, and then finally made it back to the UK. Their photos were amazing. And the customer came in and we sat down and actually looked through all of his photos that he took from that trip and the videos. Number 2 probably is going to be Bart and Cassia's trip to Bali, which was a 3-week trip last March. Again, another multi-stop, bespoke, tailor-made trip for them, taking in some incredible locations. Bucket list experiences again, highlighted in a trip to the elephant sanctuary where they were washing the elephants and feeding them. And this customer actually, we made such an impact on them with the trip that he sent me a WhatsApp message telling me that I'd ruined his life. There was no way he could go back to his office and normal life now. And final place he stayed was in Treehouse Villas in Koh Yao, and they bought some little candles and room spray. And he messaged me recently to say he has to go back because he's burnt his last candle. So please, can I send him back there? So obviously I'll be absolutely delighted to do that. So probably taking the top spot, number 1 has got to be a 6-month round the world trip that I booked for Sharon and Chris. This was a massive, massive challenge. It was awesome. It was probably the best trip I've ever put together, which is why it's got the top spot. We ticked off so many bucket list experiences with this one. Lots of combination of different tours, guided tours, self-guided tours, right across the world. Flew out into Asia, down into New Zealand. Logistically, it was massively challenging. They were due to go to Fiji and then do a complete tour of South America. So having reviewed all the trips we've booked, I'd say those probably are my top 5 right now. But ask me that again in another 6 months, and I'm sure there'll be some others that are coming into the mix.